Let's take a look at the rest of the NFC West. No NFC West team elects to use their franchise tag. None expected. We didn't expect any from the NFC West, but we also didn't see them. So we'll hop in with the Seattle Seahawks first. Russell Wilson is left off of the letter to season ticket holders for the Seattle Seahawks. Starting to feel like Wilson might actually be out of Seattle. This will help the Rams immensely. Per Dan Patrick, 2 teams have already made official offers to the Seahawks for Wilson. Those 2 teams have not been named, but that is per Dan Patrick. And, it's kind of interesting to me that they wouldn't say the teams, but I guess it also makes sense. I would guess maybe the Jets. If it was the Bears, I think we might know about that just because Wilson has been pretty open about the fact that he is willing to play for the Bears. He wants to play for the Bears. I don't understand why necessarily. I don't understand why going from Seattle to Chicago is like a move where you're like, oh, hell yeah, like, this is going to go great. It just doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, Allen Robinson, I think he would have a strong connection with. The defense is pretty strong. In Seattle, I just don't think cares about him anymore. And it's a weird situation in Seattle now because how does he go back and play for the Seahawks and not have this like weird little like thing hanging over him of like that he doesn't necessarily like it there and that they're making kind of weird comments. He's running out of meetings apparently. I don't know. I don't see it working out either way. So I guess we'll have to just watch that one unfold. But the Seattle Seahawks and Russell Wilson, I'm not fully convinced that trade's not going to happen. I think it's very realistic that Russell Wilson could be on his way out of the Seattle Seahawks. And also for the Seahawks, running back Chris Carson and cornerback Shaquille Griffin, they look like they are both going to be testing free agency. So 2 big names for the Seahawks there. And it feels, it smells like the Seahawks might be going into a little bit of a rebuild. And in this division, that's going to be a rough timing because I think the other 3 teams are building up right now. The Arizona Cardinals, slow build, but they're building up. I'm not 100% sold on Kingsbury yet. I'm interested to see where Murray kind of caps out. He got better from year 1 to year 2, but we'll see how that progression keeps going. We'll see the impact of J.J. Watt. Patrick Peterson's probably gone, but they still got like Budda Baker, Chandler Jones. So a decent team over there. I'm not in love with their coaching staff at all, but they're, I think, getting better. The San Francisco 49ers, I like their coaching staff a lot. I think they have some strong coaches. If they get a quarterback and can stay healthy, they're obviously a team that can compete. They were just in a Super Bowl not very long ago. And then, of course, you got the LA Rams, who are the best team in the universe. So, but the Rams, I mean, very, very top-tier defense, was first in yards and points given up last year. And the offense, the weak spot was quarterback. The Rams look to have addressed that position. So we'll see what happens this year on the offensive side of the football. But with Sean McVay, you know that there's at least potential that there's going to be a lot of firepower there. So for the Seahawks to be not bringing guys back. And they also released defensive end Carlos Dunlap. That all to me looks like the Seahawks might be taking it a step back. And, I think I'm willing to say right here, right now on the 10th of March that I think the Seahawks are going to be last place team, especially if Russell Wilson leaves. I think they're going to be a last place team in the NFC West. Let's take a look at the 49ers. Rumors say that the 49ers have some interest in running back Todd Gurley. Another team that is being named is the Chargers. So it looks like Gurley could be heading back to California. He just goes Georgia, California, Georgia, California. Well, I guess St. Louis for a little bit too, but he's just bouncing back and forth between coasts. And, we'll see what happens there at the running back position for the 49ers, but could be Todd Gurley. Rams could be seeing Gurley 2 times a year. And I'm trying to picture Todd Gurley in a 49ers uniform, and it doesn't look right. I don't know. Maybe Falcons looked normal. I'll be honest, guys. He looked so natural in a Falcons uniform. 49ers just doesn't seem like the right fit to me. I don't know. Uniform-wise. I don't know about scheme. Schematically, I don't know if his knee can handle being in the NFL much longer. So we'll see what happens there. But also there is some stories on Jimmy Garoppolo. It seems like the mood is kind of shifting a little bit there. We've heard like they might be wanting to move him, and then we've also heard on the back end like John Lynch is saying like, no, he's our guy, he's our quarterback. We're with Jimmy. Jimmy all day. And then now it's kind of sounding like that they're not 100% sold on Jimmy, that John Lynch coming out and saying that Jimmy's our guy might be coach speak a little bit, and he could be on the move. And it looks like the Patriots are very interested in Jimmy Garoppolo, and there's reports coming out that Jimmy Garoppolo is their plan A, so they don't know what else they want to do, or I guess they've got backup plans, probably bringing back Cam. Who knows what other situations they're looking at, but and this draft class is pretty strong for quarterbacks. So maybe that's what they're looking at, but the rumors are saying that the 49ers are not necessarily sold on Jimmy Garoppolo, and this could be the season that they move off of him. So that could be the Rams, 49ers, and Seahawks all getting new quarterbacks in this division. That would be huge. I don't know who the heck would play quarterback for the 49ers or for the Seattle Seahawks if Jimmy and Russ were to leave, but I don't know, guys. That's an interesting one. And then we'd have to redo my question of the fan queso of what's the ranking of the 4 quarterbacks in the NFC West after we see those. Let's go to the Arizona Cardinals. Signing J.J. Watt makes the future of Patrick Peterson unclear in Arizona. Looks like a cap situation might be unfolding there. And Patrick Peterson, we know how corners go in this NFL. They are very hot for a few years and then kind of fall off. Patrick Peterson has been able to kind of sustain and do a very good job. I'm still personally a little bit mad at Patrick Peterson for that overtime punt return. Mainly, though, because of my own cockiness in that situation. So I'm in Denver. I was with my mom. We were watching the game at Buffalo Wild Wings. And the Rams punt in overtime, and I see the ball bouncing, and it's like, okay, it's just going to be like a touchback, or like, oh, man, this is a really good punt. Like, we can get him pretty far back. And then he takes it from the 1, and I, like, out loud, I'm like, huh, idiot. You don't take a punt from the 1. And then he just ran it all the way back. And it's like, and I'm like sitting there all cocky, like he catches it, and I'm like, oh, look at this moron over here catching a punt at the 1. What a noob. And then, of course, it did not work out. And I looked foolish. It's not the first time. It's not the last time I've looked foolish. It's going to happen more. It's happened plenty. I'm at peace with it. But either way, looks like Patrick Peterson, he may not be back in Arizona as a Cardinal, so he may be leaving the desert. The Buccaneers and Chiefs have already been named as potential landing spots for Patrick Peterson. I like either of those landing spots for Patrick Peterson as a human. As a Cardinal, I don't care. As a human, though, for Patrick Peterson, both of these teams would give him a legitimate shot at a ring. And I think with his production level in the NFL and what he's been able to bring to the league, I think he's deserving of a ring. You guys did it. Made it all the way to the end of the video. I do appreciate you for doing that. But now, a couple of things that I need you to do, which would be first to subscribe. If you haven't already, if you have, don't worry about that. Go ahead and just hop right over here to this video here that you guys will probably enjoy quite a bit. But that is it for me. Peace. Go Rams.